Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, September the 3rd market update. On the economic front, the employment situation report showed non-farm payrolls were down 80,000 and the unemployment rate is at 9.6%. And that seemed to be good enough numbers for the market. And the August ISM non-manufacturing index came in at 51.5, less than the consensus of 53, but obviously that didn't have any impact on the market today. Let's see. Of course, Monday is a holiday, and there's no economic data out on Tuesday either, so we don't really kick off any data until next Wednesday. It's a pretty light data week, actually. Not too bad. The dollar, gold, and oil were down today. Silver and copper were up. Light sweet crude futures were down 42 cents to settle at $74.60 a barrel. So taking a look at the dollar via the ETF UUP, we were up here. This gold line's the 50-day moving average. We were rejected, never could get over this 50-day moving average. And then today, the black line's the 200-day moving average. We've now lost the 200-day in the dollar. So, which could be good for the markets. At least it was today. Let's go over and take a look at the West Texas Intermediate Crude point and figure chart. So currently, crude's been on this sell signal, and bearish price today, $58 a barrel. Of course, it doesn't mean we're going to get there. It's just the objective that the point and figure chart pattern had. It projects it out, and I don't come up with this. So if you ever watched this before, so we're right here. If we print $76, which we're almost there, we'll have this double top breakout on the point and figure chart. That'll put us also back on a buy signal. We have to print one box higher than the previous column of X's, puts us back on a buy signal on point figure chart. And so that's, crude's holding up all right. We're range bound. We've been bouncing back and forth, as you can tell, here between about 71 or so and almost 76, back and forth here in a range. Take a look at the Dow. Dow closed up another 127 points today to 10,447. S&P closed up another 14 points to 1,104. Nasdaq closed up another 33 points to 2,233, and the Russell closed up another 11 points to 643. The Russell had the largest percent gain for the third day in a row, up 1.76%, so risk is on, at least for now. And the Dow was the weakest for the third day in a row, up 1.24%. Actually, volume across the, I look at the index ETFs, and they actually weren't too bad today. It was around average in most cases. A lot better volume than there was yesterday, surprisingly enough. I'm a little surprised about that. And I will note here, we'll get over the NASDAQ, that we're back above the 50-day moving average on the NASDAQ, which I like since I do more swing trading and investing, so that should make it a little better if we can actually hold it above there. So you see in the Dow, I had this trend line where we touched here, and we'll get rid of that. You can see there, touched. So we went up here and ran right back into the 200-day moving average. So the 200-day moving average on the Dow is at 10,451. And we're right at it. Also, it's right at around the 150-day moving average, which obviously was some resistance. I'm impressed, though. We took out the 30, no resistance there. And, of course, we're back above the 50 and the 20 on the Dow as well. Looking over at the S&P. S&P, as you can see here, let's do this. Maybe it's a little cleaner. So the S&P has kind of been in this here and didn't quite make it over here. Then we got all the way over here, kind of in a down channel. I'll show you on the Russell. You can see it a little bit cleaner. So yesterday, if you watched the daily market analysis, I was talking about getting right back up to here to the trend line, which we did, of course. And of course, it's also a little past the previous highs here of the 1100 mark. So took that out by just a little bit. And we do have the 200-day moving average above us here. But in the MACD's looking decent here on that SPY, but obviously on the S&P 500, but obviously, we're going to have some resistance here. Let's look at the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is back above the gold line against 50-day moving average. We're back above it. We're actually above the 30 as well. So that's good. Of course, we do have the 200-day and the 150-day overhead, but pretty impressive. Had actually better today than I thought we would be. And Art Cashin was right about the triple day that we might have when he said that yesterday. So now we just need the institutions to hold us above there. Again, on the Russell, we talked about this. This Russell has been ever since towards the end of April when we had started this correction. We were down, didn't make it up there, took it all the way. So we're in this channel down. We actually took it out just by a little bit today on the Russell. And if you watched yesterday, again, I talked about that there was this inverted head and shoulders on the 60-minute chart on the Russell. And of course, you measure this up here, and I said it would get us back to around this between the 640 and 645 range, and we got up to 643.73 today. So now from where we go from here will remain to be seen. But the market certainly has been resilient, so that's a good thing. So let's take a look at GLD. The gold ETF holding up fine. Still looks good. Didn't pulled back today, and then they can actually come in and bought a little bit. Silver is just moving, man. We have good volume. SLV, of course, we're obviously up here at a resistance level on silver. Whoops. Copper ETF, JJC. Copper looking good. Lots of volume. Broke out higher, right here. Still looks good. Euro via the ETF FXE. So we come out here, we struggled around the 20-day here, and then now we've ran into the 30-day on the FXE, but still pretty strong. We'll see where we go from here. And the VIX volatility index. Whoops. So the VIX, of course, we're kind of been in this just wedge, which could be typically bullish. It's kind of following wedge pattern. We did take out the 200-day, and we're almost back down to where we've touched here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 8th time we're going to get down here. So, but I will note we did take out the 200-day on the VIX today. So VIX is low. Look out below. So let's go take a look at the McClellan oscillator. All right, so this is the NYSE McClellan. We are at 48, so we're in the overbought territory. We've been way up here. We can get much more overbought. We really need to be about, usually like 50, 60 or better to be considered really overbought, but we're in the overbought territory. Of course, oversold will be down here. Take a look at the sectors. So all 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The broker-dealer index had the larger percent gain, up 2.57%. The gold index was the weakest, but still up 0.38%. Gold was definitely resting. I'm going to go over take a quick look at the gold futures chart, the GC. Now you'll note this is a one-year chart. As you can see up here, kind of in a possible rising wedge. What I don't like about gold, and I don't know when we're up near a resistance level as it is the MACD is going lower as we're going higher. So, we will have a pullback on gold. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know when, but we're probably definitely going to have a pullback. Then take a look at silver. Silver also has a similar kind of a wedge pattern to get on the year, but the MACD looks much stronger, and we got some, some angle separation here, so silver actually looks much stronger. But again, we're up against a resistance area near there on silver. And oil, this one's been hard to read kind of, but we kind of broke down, now we're back up. So like I said, we're in this range bound here between 70, 71 and 76 on oil. Let's go over, and of course I typically do a chart watch, but I don't do chart watch on Fridays because I'll post my weekly watch list video out on Sunday, and since we're off Monday, I may do it on Monday. So let's go over and take a look at the current market signals. I follow the point figure charts for the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P. Of course, the Dow and NASDAQ are on buy signals on the point figure charts, and S&P is still on a sell signal. And so here's the price objectives for the Dow and NASDAQ per the point and figure calculations, and I will note for those of you that watched yesterday, because I was talking about up against these resistance levels on the point and figure charts. So we did take it out. We were below it yesterday. These new green ones are today. So we did take out this downtrend line, which looks promising. And we have this new price objective. Of course, doesn't, mean it'll play out. It depends on economic data and headline risk and everything else. And again, on the NASDAQ, same thing. We have not taken out this downtrend line on the NASDAQ really since clear back here. This 5 is May. So this is a very, I think it's very bullish that we have. So that looks good. So that looks pretty promising. And again, the S&P, we need to print a little higher on the S&P. We need to print 1,110, right, one column above, and then we will go on a buy signal S&P. So we're not too far off. We'll see what happens next week. That is it for today. Have a great Labor Day weekend, and thanks for watching.